Welcome back, guys, to another YouTube video. It has been a while. I apologize. Now, if you guys aren't aware, this is my stage 2 F90 M5. One of the most common questions is, what exhaust setup am I running? With catless downpipes, primary and secondary, and a full titanium exhaust. Now, the car sounds amazing. You guys have seen my POV drive. I absolutely love the way the car sounds. However, I've actually had countless issues with my titanium exhaust, and I'll kind of be explaining my thoughts about it. So I had an issue with my exhaust for the last 2 months, and I'm finally fixing that today. So I'll take you guys along with that. I'll also be taking it to a shop where they'll explain their thoughts on titanium and kind of how they feel about it and what's their honest opinion. So here's the deal with titanium. Titanium was actually never really meant to be in a exhaust. And the material kind of doesn't make sense for it to be an exhaust. Stainless steel, which is what 99% of exhausts are made out of, when an exhaust is put under heat, it grows and then it shrinks back to its original size. That's what stainless steel is meant for, and stainless steel does a really good job at that. However, titanium doesn't do that. Titanium will never return to its original size that it once was. So because of that, you're going to be dealing with a lot of fitment issues with your exhaust and small little rattles, because over time with heat, it'll start to expand and it won't go back to its original size compared to stainless steel. Now, because of this, you're going to be dealing with constant small little fitment issues, and those fitment issues lead to rattles. In my experience, I've been at the shop at least once or twice a month on average, always dealing with some sort of rattle, and then the next week I would have to go back and deal with another rattle. So it's just super annoying and tedious, and it takes a lot of your time. Also, in reality, if you're not tracking your car and you don't care about being the fastest, the weight saving, at least in my case, this is an M5, this is a heavy car, I have no reason to care about saving 30 pounds. Not only that, but titanium is actually very expensive to fix, and it's really hard to find someone to fix it. One of the main reasons I haven't addressed my rattle in the last 2 months is not because I just left it alone. It actually bothered me like crazy, but it's because it was very difficult to find someplace that could do it. Typically, these shops are more higher end shops and they work on bigger projects, so it would probably be hard to get, like, you know, an appointment or whatever it is. It's just a really tedious procedure. I love the way my car sounds. I'm not gonna lie, I do not think it would sound as good with the stainless steel system. There are some good stainless steel systems out there, I'm not gonna lie, but they do cost a bit of money. Another thing I wanted to mention was that titanium does crack over time, especially under heat. Ironically, titanium doesn't do that well under heat, and it's super prone to cracking. And again, dealing with cracks means more money, more, you know, repairs. And sometimes, like, I get it, like, someone might make the comment, oh, it's an M5, but at the end of the day, you kind of just want to start your car and drive. You don't want to be worrying about your exhaust 24/7. Pretty sure I'll be able to capture the rattle. Basically at like lower RPMs, it starts to happen. So this is what's basically causing the rattle. As you guys can see, it's broken, and another shop screwed me over and tried welding it, and now that has to be patched. So not only is this bracket broken, but the one on top of it is also, sucks, but it is what it is. So hopefully everything will be fixed. But man, car looks great underneath. And I just realized I should have brought my skid plate. I could have had him install my skid plate, but never realized. But I brought it to a shop before, and they really screwed me over, because I remember I told them, could they weld titanium, and they said yes. And then at the end they said no, they couldn't. But they didn't tell me they freaking ruined this pipe 10 times worse. Luckily though, I think it'll be able to get fixed, but it's just super unfortunate that that shop did that and they didn't tell me. So now we have the mid pipe off. As you guys can see, those are the down pipes, and then it comes down to the muffler. And now we're just going to simply patch this up, and then on the opposite side, it's not welded, so we won't have an issue. As you can see, it's just cut off on this end. So overall, you being an exhaust guy, making your own custom exhaust, what are your thoughts about titanium, and is it worth it? Do you think it's a gimmick?
It depends on what you're doing, really. Like if you're racing the car and you're trying to get weight, you're trying to save weight, you can argue that it's worth it. But other than that, it's really just a cool factor. You know, it gets a unique sound, but it's very expensive. So like I don't even recommend titanium unless like somebody really wants it. And you know, at least I make them aware of the downsides of it, and that's pretty much it.
Especially
really
for a heavy car like this.
Yeah, I mean,
saving 30 pounds doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make much difference. Now just turn the boost up.
Yeah.
All
right, man.
Yeah, Spirited Fabrication. You can check us out on Instagram. You know, look us up on there. See the work we do.
Shout out to my guy Clint.
Yeah.
Really good service. No joke. You guys know I've always talked about this in my videos. I have a problem with shops in New York City, but I have zero complaints about here. Like, told me to come at 12. Got here at 12 on the dot. He took care of me on the dot. A lot of these shops, they make you come at a time and then they'll make you wait an hour until they actually start working on your car. So just 10 out of 10 service. And just like that, back to brand new. Hopefully this won't give me any more problems. It looks pretty good.
Yep.
And as you guys can see, it's patched up. Now everything hopefully should be good. So let's get this back on the car, and hopefully there will be no rattle whatsoever, and we'll get back to those awesome POV drives you guys like to see. And guys, no joke, just as we were about to put back on the exhaust, we spotted this crack right here. So we're gonna quickly weld this also. But this is just how titanium is. You're gonna get random small little cracks, and obviously right now it's not that big, but over time it would 100% get worse and expand. And just like that, we are back. As you guys can see, that little bracket in between is gone. So hopefully the car will go back to sounding better than ever.